Welcome to the final video of this graphical neural network series. In this video we will discuss use trained neural network to do prediction. At the moment if we click the prediction buttons, nothing happens. Let's look into view class. The buttons are linked to load prefeature method and start predict method. Also the rounding parameter can be loaded from a combo box. The load prefeature method is to load data for prediction. First we need to check if a trained network exists. If not, we just pop a message box to users so they need to train one first. If a trained network exists, then we will continue with the codes under else statement. We reset data file path first. Then we start a ask open file dialog box to get the file location and name from user. After that we call load test feature method in controller class. Let's move to controller class to create this method. First we check if the path is valid. If the path is valid, we then display loading information in status bar. We create a new list to hold the data. After that we open the file and read lines into a list called lines. For each line we then get the coordinates x and y put into a list called row. The string to np method is to convert string into a number float 64 number. Before we load the test feature set, we clean it first. After that we assign list to it. Similar to load trained data, we check the length of the set. If they are not consistent with the trained network, we will alarm the user and stop going forward. If everything is fine, then we set input value, use the data from prediction feature file. We also need to set test feature load flag to true and indicate to user that loading is successful through status bar. If there is no valid path received, we then need to clear all the related input values and inform user that loading is failed. Before we start to test, we need to add two variables in controller class. Flag test feature load set to false and test feature set list. Now we can have a quick test. Let's load a trained neural network from last video and then load the prediction data. It worked fine. Now we look into start predict method in view class. This is triggered by clicking start prediction button. First is to check if data for prediction has been loaded. If not, we will show a message box to warn the user. If the data for prediction has been loaded, we then first disable the button and show message in status bar. The real prediction calculation happens in start predict method from controller class, which we will look into later. When the prediction completes, we will return the button to normal state. Let's move to controller class to create the start predict method. Within the method, first is to record current timestamp so we can measure how long it takes for prediction. After that we clean the prediction result text box. First argument is the starting character, which is the first, and second argument is the end of the text box. Result is a table that holds the result from method called predict loop. We will do this method later. So for the result we need to do some formatting. Rounding can be got from the rounding combo box. So for each cell in row, we round them, append comma if it is not the last element in the row. If the element is the last one in the row, then we append return after it. This will give us a good format of the result. After that, we insert these lines into prediction result text box. Let's move to predict loop method in the same controller class. The process is similar to feed forward part of neural network training. First is to assign test feature set list to previous set list. After that we just repeat what we did in feed forward. ZH is the sum of the formula of multiple with wedged and add bias. The normalization of ZH, where for hidden layer we use sigmoid function. For output layer we use softmax function. You can watch previous videos to get more details. Let's try to run this. It works fine. We can see the prediction result is shown on right bottom text box. There are 2100 data which will give us 2100 results. We can change rounding to 3 digits after decimal point. We can see there are items that are not 100% sure. This is normal in a neural network, as the prediction is more about how big is the chance. So this completes the series of neural network Python tkinter tutorial. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please thumb up. Please subscribe for upcoming interesting videos. If you have any questions, please feel free to post as comments.